Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. Talking to you guys today about why your pheromones will be over an abundance while you're on retention, and why certain type of women can feel your energy pretty instantly as soon as you even come in contact with them, and how you'll finally become how they'll really look up to you as, let's say, someone who is very attractive, and they'll do anything in their power to submit so you can claim them while you're on retention. You see, when you go on retention, your pheromones, your choose me signals, your attractive signals are over the limit. Like, they become very, very, very noticeable, and you can sense energy pretty easily when you go on retention. Like, I literally just hopped out of the gym, literally, and while I was in there, like, I just felt that there was a couple it was a very nice workout. And what happened was, it was just that I was very, very in the zone. Like, I could say that I was very intentional about my workout. Like, I ran a mile first, and I did a pretty good job. I've been on retention for a long time, for at least a couple months. So heading into 3 months actually. So I've been just very, very consistent, and this does figures in any type of thing. It does figures in, like, say, your it does numbers in your weight training. It does numbers in your attractive signals. It does numbers in your intelligence. It does numbers in your confidence. Your confidence shoots to the roof. You no longer really care that much about what other people, because you start realizing why are there all of the people who quote unquote speak on your name and say things about you, or say things to you, and say things that you can't really do. You start realizing, how much have they really done in order to be able to say those things about you? You start putting things a lot into perspective, because a person who hasn't really accomplished what you really want them to accomplish, what you really want to accomplish, and you tell them about what you're trying to do, they're going to take it with a grain of salt, because they haven't been there. So they don't really have an idea of how you'll get there. So they make every excuse up in the book, and they ask every simple question, and they try their hardest. Basically, to make sure that you kind of stay the same, because they don't want you to pass them. They don't. This is how it goes. Creativity goes through the roof. You start realizing that all of these limitations that were put on yourself, all these things that you quote unquote had to do, you start questioning them, because whoever made these rules, have they been on a longer day of retention? Have they really gutted it out and see what is really possible? And you start realizing that everything becomes naturally for you. You start realizing that life is a game, and you're pretty much you're pretty much the main character in this thing called life, and you really have the ability to press any buttons and carry out any missions to get to your end mission, your soul mission, your end point. But there's always going to be bosses and, let's say, enemies and people in your path to try to deter you from where you really want to be. And this, obviously this is going to happen, but the way you react and the way you go about it is really is the difference between you getting where you want to be, or you staying in the same place. So yeah, female attraction, woman attraction, it's at this point, if you've been retaining for, let's say, a couple months, or maybe even 3 months at least, you've shot up to the point where you're probably the most confident you've ever been. Like, you can look at someone in the eye, talk to them stern. You can say everything that you really want to say without apologizing for anything. without sugarcoating anything, and without really, and you really just go ahead and do what you really want to do. You'll no longer start you no longer start wasting your energy on very negative things. You really don't just have time for it. Even people who seem to take your energy, you really don't have time to be listening to them, because you realize that energy is important. Energy is vital and is important. If you made the conscious decision to retain your the most powerful energy that you have, your sexual energy, and you transmute that energy into your needs, wants, and desires, you're literally manipulating energy to get what you want. And anybody who does this is what we like to call an accomplished man. But I mean, a lot of people like to take public opinion. They don't realize they don't harness their sexual energy. They take every nut that they can get, and that's why they're still kind of in the same place they were like 3 months ago. So I mean, yeah, semen retention, abundance of pheromones. Abundance meaning meaning when you walk into the room, people already will even look at you with some sort of mystic type of aura, because they realize, this man seems very, very sure and capable. I wonder what he has going on. You should try it. Like, if you walk into a room, you have this thing called presence. You have this thing called presence and energy. And energy speaks for itself before you even speak a word. That's why the real leaders are the ones who are always looked at with intrigue, and people are always asking them for advice and questions, because the real leaders are the ones who consistently work on themselves and consistently get what they want, no matter what anybody tells them. So yeah, the pheromones is to the point where everybody will, let's say specifically women, they'll look at you like a snack. They'll look at you like a snack, meaning they want a piece of you. They want to taste you. And you can do whatever you want with this. You can ignore it. You can ignore it, or you can go. I mean, it's really up to you. And and like I said, you start resisting people's BS. So I mean, if there's let's say someone you like, go on retention, hit the gym consistently, meditate, work on yourself, get your money up, get every aspect, get your charisma and your social skills up, and then go approach them. But this time, do it a little bit differently. Do it with energy. When you start the conversation, talk about something that you both can connect on, and make her laugh a little bit. Make her seem like you're a very authoritative figure in her life. And women will submit when they want to submit. The thing that a lot of people, I guess men in general, have problems with is that they start treating women a little bit, they start becoming submissive to women. And if you're a little bit submissive to women, they're gonna get in their masculine frame, and it's really not gonna work out as much. But if you keep a masculine frame, and let's say you're very dominant throughout the interaction, they're gonna submit to you easily. This is something that I've learned. Like, if you want somebody to do something for you, you really have to be, detached from the outcome in anything. Become detached from the outcome, because if you care too much about the outcome, you're gonna lose. So you detach from the outcome. You ask them in a certain type of way, and if they say yes, then boom, it's you did a good job. But if they say no, then you kind of move on to the next one and see what happens. You become very stern. Your eye contact, you can tell people that you're not playing around anymore when you're on retention. People look up to you. Your abundance, your pheromones have skyrocketed, that even a lot of younger women, older women, and women your age, they're gonna look at you as some sort of being that is not like the rest, and they're gonna do everything in their power to try to get closer to you if they really are picking up on the vibe and aura that you're giving off. So I mean, it's up to you. Semen retention, abundance of pheromones comes into your life, and now you really have the power to really do anything that you want. You've never been this confident, so a lot of things start opening up for you just because of the aura and energy. If you really want to see some significant change in your life, go on retention for at least 3 to 4 months, at least a month or two. You're gonna notice some changes. People always complain about why nothing changes, but the only way to have dramatic change in your life is to change yourself. So like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.